The Wolf That Never Saw the Trapney 7, 1941. 3:17 hours, North Atlantic, 400 miles south of Iceland. The sea is black glass in burning diesel. Uta 556, one of Dennett's deadliest wolves, limps on the surface. Her bow shattered, her conning tower shredded by depth charge blast. Inside, the air is poison, blood, vomit, and panic. Captain Lieutenant Herbert Wolfarth knows the game is over. He gives the order to abandon ship. Then, out of the freezing fog, a gray shape slides alongside. HMS Bulldog, a British destroyer that has been hunting this very boat for 14 brutal hours. Her searchlight stabs through the darkness like a bayonet, pinning the crippled U-boat in a white circle of doom. On Bulldog's bridge, Captain Joe Baker Cresswell watches the German crew spilling onto the casing, hands raised. Life jackets glowing pale in the spotlight. He should let her sink. That's the safe play. One torpedo and the evidence vanishes forever, but Baker Cresswell hesitates. Intelligence has been screaming for months. If we ever get our hands on an intact Enigma in its current settings, he turns to his first lieutenant. Prepare a boarding party. We're going in. You can almost taste the disbelief on both ships. The Germans think the British are insane to board a sinking submarine in a Force 7C. The British think the Germans are about to scuttle everything. Neither side realizes that, in the next 20 minutes, the entire course of the war at sea is about to tilt on the courage of one 21-year-old sub-lieutenant who has never fired a shot. 21 years old, pitch black. Sinking fast, first wave slams over U-556's casing and nearly sweeps the boarding party into the sea before they even touch the deck. 8 British sailors cut lasses between their teeth. Revolvers in hand scramble across the gap on a rope line while Bulldog and the U-boat grind together like fighting beasts. Leading them is Sub-Lieutenant David Balme, tall, gangly, fresh-faced, looking more like an Oxford undergraduate than a raider. He is 21. He has never boarded an enemy vessel. Tonight he is about to walk into hell with a flashlight and a Webley revolver he barely knows how to use. Inside the U-boat it is worse than anyone imagined. The lights are dead. The angle of the deck is already 15 degrees and rising. Seawater gushes through ruptured valves. Somewhere aft, charges are ticking. The scuttling fuse is already lit. Balme's torch beam cuts through acrid smoke. He sees terrified German faces pressed against bulkheads. Hands up, pleading in broken English. Nick Sheehan, bit. He shouts the only German he knows, and Hawk, and pushes past him toward the command compartment. Every second the boat groans louder, Metal screaming as she prepares to dive to the bottom forever. The clock in Balme's head is deafening. He ducks through the control room chart still floating, coffee cup sliding across the chart table, and spots it. The Enigma machine, folded to its little table like a gray metal typewriter. Its rotor's still warm, but the real prize isn't the machine itself. Every British ship already has captured Enigmas. The prize is what's next to it. The holy grail. The codebreakers at Bletchley have been praying for the codebook that tells which rotor order and plugboard settings the entire Kriegsmarine will use for the coming month of June. Balme's beam lands on a soaked cardboard folder labeled in neat Gothic script, Schlossalanladung, Norford, June 1941, Streng Geheim. His heart stops. One German sailor lunges for the last desperate attempt to hurl it overboard. Balme swings the torch like a club, connects with a sickening crack, and the man collapses. Balme stuffs the folder inside his oilskin jacket, right against his chest. Then he starts grabbing everything that isn't nailed down: signal logs, cipher sheets, even the U-boat's war diary. His arms are full, water is up to his knees, and the deck is now at 30 degrees. He turns to leave and realizes the hatch he came through is already underwater.
The longest minute of David Balme's life, the submarine is dying under his feet. A deep, animal groan vibrates through the hull as another bulkhead gives way. Freezing water surges around Balme's waist, then his chest, black and thick with oil. The only light is the thin beam of his dying torch flickering across floating corpses and loose 88mm shells clanging like church bells. He is alone now. The rest of the boarding party fled minutes ago with whatever they could carry. Balme stayed too long, greedier for secrets than for his own life. The escape hatch is 10 feet away, but the corridor is tilting into a vertical shaft. He claws his way up the sloping deck. Plates, boots, slipping on diesel. The precious June Codebook still jammed inside his jacket like a second heart. A German raiding half-drowned. Eyes wild grabs his ankle from below, trying to use Balme as a ladder to salvation. Balme kicks free, feels the man's fingers rip away, hears the scream swallowed by water. He reaches the conning tower ladder. The hatch above is a circle of pale gray hope. He hauls himself up, lungs burning, and bursts onto the casing like a newborn. The sea greets him with a wall of green water that almost knocks him back into the tomb. Bulldog is already backing away. Baker Cresswell can't risk his destroyer any longer. A whaler is swinging in the swells, oars flashing, 100 yards off. Balme doesn't hesitate. He dives. The Atlantic is 4 degrees Celsius. It feels like being flayed alive. He surfaces once, twice, clutching the sodden folder above his head, screaming himself hoarse, until the whaler's bow hooks him like a landed fish. Strong hands drag him aboard. Someone wraps him in a blanket. Someone else presses a mug of neat rum to his blue lips. Only then does Balme look down and realize the cardboard folder has disintegrated in the water. The pages are pulp, except for one thing. Inside his oilskin, perfectly dry because it was pressed against his body heat, are the inner waterproof envelopes, the actual cipher sheets and rotor settings for the entire month of June 1941. He starts to laugh. Hysterical, shivering, unstoppable laughter that terrifies the sailors around him. Because in that moment, soaked, half-frozen, 21 years old, David Balme has just stolen the crown jewels of the Kriegsmarine. And Adolf Hitler's admirals have no idea that the war at sea has already been lost in a single freezing North Atlantic night.
Package that made grown men cry at Bletchley Park, May 9, 1941. Bletchley Park. HUD 8, 2:40 a.m. A Royal Navy staff car skids to a halt outside the ugly brick hut, tires spitting gravel. A young lieutenant jumps out clutching a sealed canvas pouch to his chest as if it contains nitroglycerin. 2 armed Royal Marines flank him. No one is taking chances. Inside, the night shift is bleary-eyed, surrounded by bombed-out tea mugs and cigarette smoke thick enough to chew. Alan Turing is pacing in carpet slippers, hair wild, shirt half-tucked. Beside him stands Hugh Alexander, the British chess champion turned codebreaker, and Harry Hinsley, barely 20 but already the resident genius on naval traffic. The pouch is laid on the table like a newborn baby. Turing doesn't speak. He just slices the seals with a penknife. The waterproof envelopes tumble out, crisp, undamaged, still faintly warm from David Balme's body heat to nights earlier. The first sheet is unfolded, dead silence. Then Harry Hinsley whispers, almost reverent, "My God, it's the full June settings. Every single rotor order, every plugboard, every bigram table, the entire bloody month." Turing's hands are shaking, not from cold, from the sudden, dizzying realization that, for the next 31 days, every single encrypted signal the Kriegsmarine sends will be an open book. Someone starts crying, not quiet tears, great, gulping sobs. It's Joan Clark, who has been staring at meaningless 5-letter groups for months, knowing each unsolved message meant another ship and another 500 men on the bottom. She isn't the only one. In that smoky hut, grown men and women who have lived on Benzedrine in despair for 2 years fall into each other's arms. One veteran codebreaker is heard muttering over and over, "We've got the bastards. We've actually got the bastards," because they know what this means. For the next 4 weeks, every U-boat position report, every convoy sighting, every order from Dennett's headquarters in Carnival will arrive at Bletchley in real time. Sometimes before the U-boat commanders themselves have finished decoding it, the hunted have become the hunters, and somewhere out in the Atlantic, the wolf packs are sailing straight into a trap they cannot even imagine.